Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Jinseki, and joining me today is Peachy.
Hi.
So, Peachy, what kind of content do you like to make?
I like to make it's usually video games, as
Hmm.
obvious as that is. Um,
Do, are there any types of video games that you like in particular?
um, Farming sims, although I don't play them that often. I
Hmm.
love farming games. They're so much fun.
Nice. Do you have a favorite?
Harvest Moon, but I there are not many good Harvest Moon games like on Steam at least.
Yeah.
So I have trouble trying to pick one to play without having to find an emulator, which I don't like doing. The emulators are weird.
Oh, is that so? Is it like a like what other platform is it from?
The 3DS mostly.
Oh, okay. Yep, I gotcha. So,
Yeah, those. Mhm.
oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say those are my favorite.
Oh, nice. So, what made you want to be a VTuber?
Um, Originally, I was just set on being a faceless streamer.
Mm-hmm.
I was told I was just really funny, and they're like, "I want to watch you stream," and I was like, "I can do that." But I discovered what VTubing was, and I'm like, that seems so much cooler than just not having a face.
Yes.
Not to mention, I got to design what wanted to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's where VTubing came in.
Nice. So, what was the process for creating your character?
Originally I had taken some inspiration from these Instagram pieces of art I had seen.
Okay.
Funnily enough, and this is something that I don't think I've told anyone else. Um, the concept for Peachy and her mask, which I think I can put on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the concept for this mask was found from someone doing a personality swap of Saikuno and Corpse Husband.
Oh okay. Huh.
And I took the idea of the mask and applied it to Peachy. Obviously, I put my own spin on it, so I'm not like completely copying.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of evolved from there. I ended up with a concept of an outfit. I applied that, and then as I continued VTubing, I'm like, I can make this better. I can refine it. I can make it feel more like me, and that's where the current Peachy design came from.
That's the greatest part about designing things is that if you have a vision of what you want the thing to look like, you can make it whatever way you want, and you kind of have that sense of control over the product. It's really a nice feeling, I find.
It is. I loved it. I had so much fun designing, especially this newer model. It was so much fun.
Nice. Uh, so, do you have any lore?
I do. Most of it isn't out. I do have a video explaining a little bit about not more so where Peachy came from, but what she does in her space and
Mm-hmm.
her universe.
Mm-hmm.
Um she's a goddess of dreams. She protects humanity. She also keeps evil forces at bay that may um what is that called, interject themselves, whether it be via dreams, whether it be unfortunate events that can happen in the human world. She keeps them safe. She also grants wishes, which is the butterflies that are everywhere. They are little
Ah.
wishes. um I'm trying to think without giving it too much because a lot of it is not out yet because
Oh, okay.
it's all being like drawn. I had to like draw
It,
all of it.
it's in the refinement process.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. It has been a process because there is a lot. But the basic nitty gritty is that she is a dream goddess who protects humans. She gives them good dreams. She grants wishes, and she overall is just a protector, keeps them safe.
Nice. So, uh, what's been your favorite moment as a VTuber?
Mm, um, I don't know if I have particularly just one.
Mm-hmm.
I would. if I had to choose, I would say it would be my new model debut.
Okay.
Um, it was over a year in the making. There is a lot of love and dedication and just everything put in her.
Nice.
And to finally see her, like, on the screen, I have information about her lore out now. It felt good. It felt good to finally see it like out there and everyone could see it.
Nice. So you said you had other moments. Do you think that did any other ones stick out in your mind?
Um, I'd say that maybe the people that I meet.
Hmm.
Off the top of my head, there isn't a lot of, it, I had to think about this because it sounded also almost pessimistic. I was going to say there isn't a lot of good moments, but that's not true. Um,
It's the moments that stick out are few and far between. But that's what makes them stick out is that they're few.
yeah, I would probably say any opportunities that I've gotten to meet new people and interact with
Hmm.
other VTubers, big or small, is definitely those are the ones that definitely stick out to me the most, aside from things like debuting and whatnot.
Yeah. So, uh, what do you feel makes you unique as a VTuber?
That is an interesting question.
I like this question because people are never sure how to respond to it.
It,
They have to think a
yeah,
moment.
I would say, man, what I try to bring to the table, it's a little bit different. I mean,
Hmm.
anyone can do this, but I try to be, um, mix humor and a comfy space.
Hmm.
Um, I wouldn't say it's too much of a balancing act, but
Hmm.
it's something I try to do that's a little different.
Yeah.
Um, I guess also my lore and my design. I feel like any VTuber could say, well, yeah, mine's unique because I came up with it and nobody else is like me.
That's
But
true.
I also haven't seen a lot of like, I guess like dream related VTubers.
Hmm.
Um, or even ones with masks. I can count probably on one hand how many masked VTubers I see.
That's true. I have seen them before, but there are not many.
Few and far between. I could think of right now one off the top of my head if
Hmm.
I had to start spitting names, but I think design wise, obviously that is unique,
Hmm.
but um and what I bring to the table other than a design because people are there more
Of
like
course.
not as much for a design. Um
Well,
just the, Mhm.
sorry. Then I guess that the question within the question is what do you feel is unique about you specifically?
Uh,
We can come back to that if you want.
I can definitely come up with a cool answer in about 10 minutes.
I'll tell you what. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna uh I'm gonna put it at my hold on. I'm gonna retype it as the question before the final question.
Perfect. I guarantee you I still won't have an answer. That's always how it works.
Fair enough. We'll see what happens.
We'll
Uh,
do it. We'll
okay.
do it live.
We'll do it live. Okay. Um. Uh. What do you hope to accomplish through your channel?
Um, Maybe a very common run of the mill answer is who wouldn't want to get to a million subscribers on YouTube? Um,
Hmm.
I guess trying to think of something other than I want to be famous because it's not all about being famous.
Hmm.
Uh, Maybe taking any influence I get and doing something with it.
Hmm.
Like being big is cool, being influential is cool, but
Hmm.
I think I'd rather take any influence or notoriety I get and push it towards something good.
Hmm.
Um,
Do you
yeah,
have an idea in your mind of what the something good would be?
I think it would probably be pushing some, what is that called? Um, I'm trying to think of the exact word.
Hmm.
Push some eyes onto the world of uh missing children
Hmm.
and people who are unidentified.
Hmm.
It is such a world that not a lot of people think about, but it is very important in a way. And one thing I do want to do if I can get bigger and I can get some influence on my channel is kind of push into the light the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Mm-hmm.
Um but also things like the DNA Doe project.
Hmm.
I'm personally really passionate about that, and if there's one thing I could get out of that, it's putting some eyes on that.
Hmm.
Um I think the DNA Doe project does everything um with donations. So I
Mm-hmm.
would definitely try to get people to donate to that if I could.
Yeah. That is fortunately the exploited children is a thing that I've seen a lot more of in recent years in terms of people trying to raise awareness of it, which I appreciate because I've always said that children deserve the best of humanity whenever possible. Uh, uh, but yeah, that's really cool. Um, who is a VTuber that you'd love to meet, and
Ah.
what would you most like to talk to them about?
See, that is a hard question because I actually do not watch a lot of bigger VTubers.
You have no
Um,
idea how many people say that.
really? Really?
I'm starting to think that the most the biggest thing that keeps people from watching VTubers is being a VTuber. Uh,
I I don't know. It's just on with bigger VTubers, there's a whole lot of hustle and bustle around them.
oh yeah,
I like smaller channels where I can interact with them, get to know them, like what
yes,
drives them. But with bigger VTubers, there's always so much going on, and it's a little overwhelming. I'd rather sit down and interact and have fun, like chat, make them laugh. That's my personal thing.
yeah.
Um, if I had to pick,
I mean, for the record, it doesn't have to be a big VTuber. It could be a small VTuber that you've talked to and you want to like meet, do an IRL thing.
I would say the Gordy, I believe,
Oh
or
yeah,
the Gord.
I've
Yeah,
I've seen I've
mhm.
seen him.
He is super cool. And I would love to, I guess, pick his brain about life.
Hmm.
He seems like, a funny guy. He seems super carefree. I'd love to know where, the ease comes from.
Hmm. Yeah,
Just
no,
learn a little about him.
he's one of those VTubers that I see pop up on my Twitter feed from time to time. It's pretty cool.
He is a cool guy. I like interacting in his chat. And
Yeah,
everybody who's in his chat that I've seen, it seems to be exactly like him. Very um chill but funny. It's a
nice,
very high energy but comfortable place.
nice. So, what do you think makes a VTuber stand out the most in your mind?
Hmm. I would say how they carry themselves.
Hmm.
Um, because anyone can have a cool design,
Yeah.
but if you walk a mediocre walk, you will become mediocre.
Yeah.
I think if you carry yourself, and it doesn't even have to be with confidence, but just with a purpose to do something, you stand out a little bit more because it's noticeable.
Yeah. I've always felt that the model. it doesn't need to be super. The model itself doesn't even need to be super interesting if you don't have what it takes to back it up. Like,
Exactly.
you could theoretically be you could pretty have a pretty horrible model, but and I always say that I always think of Kenji, uh, with the weird doughy looking thing, the misshapen ball of clay. Uh,
But he knows how to use it, and that's
he
what's important.
exactly. Uh, so, uh, what do you like to do while you watch your favorite streamers?
Not to sound big, but eat. Whenever I'm watching a streamer, it's usually dinner time, and I'm like, I don't feel like watching YouTube. I think I want to just chill in a streamer's chat and just watch them do whatever.
Nice. Uh, what advice would you give to someone who wants to be an entertainer?
Hmm. Find, I guess, I don't know this word too well, but I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to use it. Find your niche, get
Mm-hmm.
comfortable with it, and then expand on it. Don't expand on it too soon, but find it and familiarize yourself with it.
Mm.
Because once you seem like you know what you're doing, people will usually they'll watch, they'll listen
Mm.
to whatever you're doing, whether it's juggling or telling jokes. If you know what you are doing to some extent, it'll fall in line more or less.
Mm. That's a very interesting point. Hmm.
From what I've seen, the people who succeed are usually the ones who, seem like they know what they're doing for the most part.
Yeah.
Whether it's jokes, video games, they're usually good at it. And that is a hard thing to do because I'm not good at many things. I'm not good at video games. I'm kind of awkward, so I'm not good at talking. But
But it also kind of ties back to the whole confidence angle and how you carry yourself.
mm-hmm.
Because what you.
or
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say being comfortable in the space, even if you know you're not good with it,
Hmm.
just walk it, even if you're not good yet.
Hmm. Nice. Okay, so what was your gateway anime, and what drew you to it?
Oh wow. Okay. Ooh. This is the question.
Yes,
Uh
and I phrase it as gateway anime because if you were to ask any person their favorite anime, or sorry, their first anime, they'll all just say Pokemon.
No, not me. I have a different answer.
Here we go.
Um, my gateway anime was probably Lucky Star.
Hmm.
When I was on the internet, too young by the way.
Yep.
When I was on the internet, the Konata Izumi memes were like huge, popular, hilarious. Everybody was using them, and I'm like, I want to watch whatever this is. Um, and to choose one, I could not just choose one gateway anime because there was three that really led me to watch,
Okay.
which was Invasion Squid Girl because of the memes,
Hmm.
and um When They Cry also because of the memes.
I've definitely heard of Lucky Star. I've never actually seen it though, but I definitely seen it a lot of the memes surrounding it. it
Its pacing is definitely unique, but I personally find it's like a relaxing, you're gonna like tuck into bed type of anime in my
hmm.
opinion.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so which anime had the best music?
Bleach. Wait,
Uh,
no, damn. Between Bleach and Soul Eater.
I was thinking when you said Bleach, I was thinking also Soul Eater.
Yes, Soul Eater I would listen to Soul Eater music walking home from the bus in middle school. I was like, I'm so cool. They don't know what I'm listening to. It's such good music.
Oh, the first Bleach opening though was just an absolute bop.
It it set the tone for everything that you could expect music wise from the anime.
Oh, it was great.
So good.
Very very solid choices in my opinion. Okay, if you could go to an anime convention tomorrow, whom would you cosplay as?
Can I say my VTuber? I used to cosplay as a kid, and I used to go to anime conventions as a kid
Mm-hmm.
because I have two major cities that are right next to me that do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've cosplayed as almost everybody I've wanted to. I've cosplayed as um, Blair from
Mm-hmm.
Soul Eater. I've
Yep.
cosplayed as Yoruichi from
Mm-hmm.
Bleach. Um, who else have I cosplayed as? Umbreon, as Sylveon. So many people. Arachne from Soul Eater. Can you tell me you're a Soul Eater fan? And I really think what would be a fun challenge to try and get the costume right, because I would have to build it from scratch.
Yes.
100% would be my VTuber. But if I had to choose a pre-existing character, Hatsune Miku.
There you go. Yeah, I I see a lot of variations on the Hatsune Miku at conventions. Like you can they go to really like interesting weird places with it. With do you think you would go for the straight original, or do you think you would go for like a different take on it?
Because I'm extra and I wanted to do this
Mm-hmm.
for a long time,
Yep.
what I wanted to do, because I don't like wearing wigs,
Yeah.
was to get do you know what box braids are?
Box braids. No. I've hold on. Let me see. I will I will do I will do a quick image search.
Just so that you get an idea of what I mean.
Okay. Oh yeah. So like it looks like from the top of the head, it looks box shaped. Okay. Yep.
Hmm. Typically with extensions, what I wanted to do was get the hair color and have that put in box braids and put into pigtails,
Okay. Huh.
but that would be because I've had them before. Heavy,
Hmm.
long, and exhausting. But for a cosplay, I think it would be 100% worth it.
Oh man, I whenever I see hair done up like that, all I can think is it must take hours to make to to make someone's hair look like that.
I went in once for, excuse me, like I think I went 8 a.m. and I left at 2.
Oh. Oh jeez.
In terms of maybe it was what is it called, long for typical people.
Hmm.
um it was about, I had went for essentially what my hair length is,
Mm-hmm.
which was towards the bottom of my back.
Wow.
I wanted
Holy
it longer
mackerel.
though. I wanted it longer.
Holy mackerel. Don't you like trip over your own hair at that point?
Oh no, 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 no. I've seen people with it down to their knees.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, yeah, you wouldn't trip over because it's down to your back. Okay, yeah, I was thinking knees. I was like, oh god.
Oh, one day. That's definitely an aspiration. Have hair so long you're tripping over it.
Oh wow. No, I cut my hair short and then I wake up and I basically just go out with it however it is and it usually looks a total mess.
You know what? That's okay.
Yeah, I'm low effort. What can I say? Uh, which game did you have the most fun playing on stream, in your opinion? It was
Oh
probably
man.
yeah.
I'm gonna check my Steam list. I need a reminder as to what I have on my library, because what I wanted to say was Stardew, but I'm like, there's got to be something more fun than Stardew.
Hmm.
Um, Yeah, okay. Calico, kid, just Calico. I almost said Calico Island.
Okay.
Um, it's an older game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, excuse me. It started coming out around, I think it came out around 5 years ago. Um,
Okay.
essentially you're like dropped in an area and you take over a cat cafe and you help the people in the town.
Huh.
Like it's so simple but so cute. And I'd say it was a little bit ahead of its time because you see a lot of games with these exact like art style and themes popping up now.
Hmm.
But there it was just so silly and so much fun. I played it almost 4 years ago on
Nice.
stream and it is still like I want to go back to it so bad. It was so much fun.
Nice. So, uh, now we'll move into the more random questions. What's a song that you can't help but dance to when you hear it?
God, that is so many.
Hmm.
For humor and to simplify it for myself, because if I think too hard, I'm gonna give myself a headache. I'm gonna say Despacito.
There you go. Would you believe that I have never heard the song Despacito listened from end to end?
I don't think a lot of people have actually. Now that I think about it, a meme song. Most people don't know it past the chorus. I don't
Yeah,
blame you,
it's like the meme Siri, play Despacito.
but it's a good song. Aside from the
Nice.
meme, it's good.
Nice. What's your favorite chill out movie?
Mm. I don't like watching movies, but
Hmm.
I would have to go with Coraline because it's my favorite.
Nice. Uh, has a song or movie ever brought you to tears?
Yes. Movie wise, I'm trying to think.
Hmm.
Train to Busan. I didn't even have to think about it that hard.
Hmm. I've never actually seen that one, but I've certainly heard of it.
It is, and this was back when I was not a crier. I cry a little easier now, but
Mm-hmm.
I bawled like a baby at the end. No spoilers, but I bawled like a baby. Um, song wise, um, Europapa by Yost.
Hmm.
Um, purely because it's a song that is a little sentimental to his parents who had passed.
Hmm.
And as someone who has lost a parent, I sympathize with it completely.
Hmm.
A baby, bald like a
Hmm.
baby.
The sadder songs do tend to
It's
center
such a
around
silly song.
parents. Yeah.
But the funny part, it's such a silly song. Like if
Hmm.
you were to listen to it, it's really good. It's just at the end, he's like, "I did it, mom and dad. I'm here and I did it." I'm like, "Oh, don't do it! Don't do it!"
Oh. Oh, that's sad. Uh, what's something crazy you've always wanted to try doing?
That's a question I have to think about.
Hmm.
I can think of a lot of crazy things, but when I think about them, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Hmm. Maybe this wouldn't be crazy to too many people, but it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely something I would want to do. A cross-country road trip.
You know, I've often thought about that because
Like,
there was
yeah.
there was like a time in the 80s or in like somewhere between the 60s and the 80s where they would just make movies about people who just travel across America. And that was the movie.
And they make it seem so normalized, but if you think about it, you are driving from one end of the country to the other.
Yeah, you are taking multiple days. You need to book a hotel. Jet well, I mean, according to those movies back then you didn't even book a hotel. You just stopped at a place on the side of the road.
Or you slept in a parking lot. You can't do that anymore.
No. be a cop
So
knocking on your window. Are you okay in there? You can't
that's
do
the best
this.
case scenario. Oh,
It is an idea that's always intrigued me though, just to travel for the sake of it.
yeah, just especially if you don't have a destination in mind, you're just
Hmm.
going.
Do you,
I want to. It sounds silly. I want to try it.
do you think that you would have a destination, like
I
the
have a
Grand Canyon or something?
no, because it's just a hole in the ground. Um, it's just a giant fissure. I don't see the appeal. I think I have a lot of friends who live like in California,
Mm-hmm.
so I think, and one of them I known for I want to say close to 15 or more years now.
Hmm.
I would 100% drive cross country just to see him, but why not like go see my other friends?
Hmm. I was talking about this the other day. Something that they have in California that they don't have on the East Coast. The conventions are supposed to be enormous. So the anime
I
conventions, I would be, I that might be a good destination.
It might, but not saying that people are smelly, but once you get like 100 people in a room, a warm area, like when people get warm, they just start smelling. I can't imagine thousands of people crammed into one set. It sounds hot and muggy, and everybody's breathing, and I want to go home.
Oh man. Okay, what's the most difficult DIY you've ever done?
um, what are some things I've done on my own?
Hmm.
I've hung up a net in my room, which
Hmm.
the hardest part was standing on my bed. I
Hmm.
built my desk. I built my chair.
Really?
Well, not from like
Oh,
scratch.
okay. So like IKEA, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever like taken like a bunch of things and done them from like hand.
I don't know. Building your chair and your desk. That's not bad.
They give you instructions. I
Hmm.
think now that I think about it, when I was a kid, they would make us do shoebox dioramas
Oh
for
yeah.
book reports every week, month.
Hmm.
And because where my setup is, like all these are just pushed to the side and I could see them, I'm like, for like first grade, these are really intricate.
Hmm.
Like it's essentially a 3D shoebox model.
Yeah.
And aside from like some girl doing paper mache, like I don't know anyone who does paper mache anymore. Um,
No.
mine were definitely up there. I was the
Hmm.
crafty kid. I think that would be like a whole bunch, like from scratch, no instructions, buying everything myself. I'd say that's what it was.
The shoebox stuff. I love how the shoebox played such a weirdly important role in my childhood.
Why is that?
I've no idea. It is the simplest little thing. And then I would try to with the shoebox diorama, I would try and like cut a slot going to the cover and make it like a split level or something. So you'd open it up and it would look like there was a second floor in it. I don't know.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I never went that ambitious, mostly because most of the kids did it the morning of and couldn't be bothered. Me, I didn't do it the morning of. I was different. I did it the night before, so mine had a little more love put into it.
Oh man. I didn't even do it for school. I did it for fun because I had the shoebox. Uh
That's cool. What if? Do you want to do a shoebox diorama with me of our VTubers? Why not do that? You know,
yes.
I'm
Oh,
gonna make it, and then at the end of this interview, you have to put the photo that I'll take a photo of it, and you
absolutely. It
yes.
if you make a shoebox diorama, I will put it into this interview. I will repost it all over Twitter and the server. It make you must make this happen now.
I'm trying to think. I go away after Christmas. I have like 4 weeks. I have time. I have time. I'm doing it.
Oh boy. Oh well. If it happens after the interview is posted, I'd have to repost the interview with the photo afterwards. Uh,
When are you
I'll.
posting the interview?
Oh well, I was planning on doing this either. Oh wait, it would be this one. It would be either next weekend or the following weekend.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm going away this weekend. I just finished school. More than enough time. Easy.
Well, there you go. Uh, okay, so uh, speaking of leaving school, do you have any holidays that you're looking forward to?
Christmas,
Hmm.
because I get to ask every other adult in my life for $20, and no one can tell me no. Jokes aside, definitely Christmas because my family gets together. My
Hmm.
mom usually like gets us like matching pajamas for me and my little brothers.
I've never
Uh,
I've never met anyone who actually did that before. So do you do the group photo thing?
yes, not professional. My grandma just like, all right, smile. It's
Now here's another question. Follow up. Do you do the card with the photo?
no, thank God. My
Uh,
it's already pulling teeth to get us to like wear the matching pajamas, especially my brothers. Like I'll do it because I'm grown and I'm chill, but my brother he's 19 now, and then there's a 17-year-old.
yeah.
They will fight tooth and nail because they're like, this is stupid. You're gonna make me look stupid. Um, we do photos just for like us to look at later, but I would say no to a card. I'm like, you're not sending this to anyone. No, it's not happening.
Hey, you know what are families for if not to embarrass us?
I agree. The
uh,
pajamas were cute. I think it was the year before. They all
hmm.
had our names on them. Like she went hard for them.
What you need to do for 1 year is to get the slip matching slippers, and they have like I don't know, like a bear on them or something.
I
you,
told my mom, but she's gonna go and do it. I can't. She's gonna go do it if I give her the idea.
okay. What's a ritual you keep that you appreciate a lot?
Hmm. I would say, and this is getting into, I guess, sappier, more personal territory, but I'm happy to open up about it.
Okay.
Um, so every year on my father's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
I typically take my two youngest siblings
Mm.
out to eat at the last restaurant that I went to eat with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think this year will be.
If you don't mind me asking for context, what kind of restaurant was it?
Am I doxing myself if I say it? Not really. Olive Garden.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. Uh,
It's not local. It's just like if I were to say it like around people that know me who like
ah,
for certain people they'd be like, I know who you are. But yeah, it was the last place that I ate with him,
yes.
and um where my youngest sister, because she's very very young,
Mm.
didn't really get to like experience too much with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way to like keep me and my brother and my sister like together and
Mm.
remember him.
Mm. Well, that's really nice.
Thank you.
Uh, would you ever talk to a stranger unprompted in a public setting?
I've done it before.
Hmm.
I'm pretty outgoing, and once
Mm-hmm.
I get out of my shell, I kind of don't care. Um, I'm trying to think unprompted
Hmm.
because I feel like I did it recently. Does it count as if the prompt is from an environment?
Like if you are you talking like just you comment on the weather or something like that, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
I was at excuse me, a hockey game the other day,
Hmm.
and I was a fan of both teams, so I was happy regardless.
Nice.
And the people sitting behind me were rooting for the other team, and I looked behind them and I'm like, "Hey, I thought that player was out for an injury," and they're like, "Nope."
Hmm.
And then we started talking for like 10 minutes. I missed a goal.
Nice.
Upset me beyond words.
Uh, hey, I would. In all fairness, I'm not a huge sports fan. I would rather talk than watch sports. So
I wasn't a huge sports person until I went to a game, and I'm like, "This is all
it
these
is
people are
different.
screaming. It's so
Yes,
much fun."
it is. It is admittedly very different when you go to a game. Like I'm from New England, so Patriots. I've been to more than a few Patriots football games, and do the tailgating thing, and then you watch it, and the energy is just so high. It's great.
I have never been to a Patriots game, and I live in New England. Funnily enough,
Oh, okay.
I did, however, go to my first Bruins game
Hmm.
literally 2 days ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know one of the people at work. One of the people I work with goes to the Bruins games too.
They are so expensive.
Yeah.
They are so expensive.
Yeah.
Just watch it on ESPN. Same thing. Get a couple of buddies. Same thing.
You can get some snacks and stuff, and not pay $30 for a beer. Uh,
Yeah, and if you really, really need the experience, designate one guy and get him drunk as hell. Same thing. Same thing.
okay. What game, and this is video games or board games, what game makes you the most competitive?
Uh, that's a question because by nature, I am I'm more so of a playful competitive person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so any game if it's versus, I will be playfully competitive,
Hmm.
but I think off the top of my head, the one game that I would get really mad at competitive wise
Mm-hmm.
was Splatoon 3.
Oh, okay. Hmm.
I and for context, I'm a loud person. I like screaming. It's my favorite activity. Um um I scream at video games all the time. Usually I'm playing. I think Splatoon 3 was the first game that I ever got genuinely like angry to the point where I was yelling like, "What is this?" Like first time ever. Silliest game, by the way. I've played Valorant. I've played what is it called? CS:GO. I've played Overwatch. None of them have gotten me as real, genuine, raw, competitive as Splatoon 3 has.
It's funny how games with just like slightly different mechanics can elicit such different responses.
It's silly little Squid Game makes you want to rip my hair out, but like CS:GO. I'm just like, man, this guy sucks. I'm gonna go order pizza later and not think about this at all.
And it's usually the ones that have like the goofy little cartoony characters that tend to make people like the most frustrated.
Maybe it's because of just how unserious it's meant to be. You're like, I should be doing better. This is not a serious game.
They're little squid people. They're not supposed to be this difficult.
They say "Woomy." They sing songs. Why have I lost to this guy 3 times?
Uh so what's the weirdest thing anyone ever told you?
Hmm, that's a hard question because I am the weird person. I'm the one who says the weird things. Um, Something weirder than I've entered. I'm trying to think of something that made me really stop, and I was like, "Excuse me." I can't think of what someone said, but I can definitely think of what someone's done.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in high school, I was with the weird kids.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because everybody else like wasn't really like on my level. They didn't like anime and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I chilled with who in my eyes were the cool kids. They were actually like the geeks.
Yeah.
But they were really into Filthy Frank and iDubbbz. So one thing that they did, and I have this video on my phone to
Oh
this day.
God.
They
Hold on, just proceeding Filthy Frank and iDubbbz with "there is a video" cannot possibly end well.
it genuinely wasn't all that bad. You know the one where he jumps off the counter with the green suit.
Yep. Yep.
So my two friends got up on. We were about to leave for the day, so like the teacher wasn't really gonna do anything. They got up on the table. They jumped down, and they said that exact phrase, staring at him in the eyes. And I still have the video. And I still have his reaction.
Oh God. And if you want to talk about like the so-called soft landing, how about Filthy Frank? he he went from being like the internet edgy guy to respected musician so seamlessly. People don't even there are lots of people who don't even remember him as Filthy Frank.
Yeah, you're like, remember Filthy Frank? They're like, who is that? You're like,
Joji.
Slow dancing in the dark, and they're like, oh, I love that song. It's like you don't know.
You don't understand.
You weren't there. Oh God.
It's time to stop.
It's time to stop. Okay.
Oh God.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
Oh yeah. The internet of old was a different. It was a different age.
Can't do and say that anymore.
Nope.
I'm looking back on it and I'm like, I can't believe this was acceptable. And everybody just was cool with it.
Okay. So, what was your favorite thing you ever cooked yourself?
Oh man, this is a hard question. Oh, okay. My favorite thing I've ever cooked myself. I've cooked this dish a million times, so I really don't want to say it, but I make like a mean breaded fried chicken, and every time I eat it, it's always better than the last time I make it.
Oh, nice. So do you
I'm
pan
gonna-
fry it or deep fry it?
I mean, I put oil in the pan. And
Oh,
then it
okay.
fries like that. I don't like make a whole tub of like.
Yeah.
It's two separate like different things, like two whole separate setups when I do it.
Gotcha.
If I had to say something I made on my own with no help, I made Japanese. Well, I tried to make it Japanese flan. It turned out that's just regular flan.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good.
Oh.
And then, because I want to flex on this a little bit, it was boxed sugar cookies,
Mm-hmm.
but it was for a school project where I made different color icing,
Mm.
and I iced different parts of the body, the digestive system on them.
Wow. That sounds like the sort of thing that I would have tried, and then 5 minutes in, I look down and it's just like a pile of red goo.
The mistake I made was I didn't put the cookies in the fridge, and I didn't put the frosting in the fridge.
Oh.
Had I done so, like, you could tell what the liver was, but the only thing that separated what the two intestines were was the color. It was just lines.
Uh.
I was
Okay.
really proud of it. It looked really good though.
I'm certain it did. So, uh, on the other hand, though, what's the worst thing you ever cooked yourself?
I have two different answers for this.
Go for it.
Um, I'm trying to think of a dish I made that went horribly, but because any dish I've made, I've like practiced it to the point of knowing what I'm doing without help.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't many. Um, I once made an abomination of I was going through a breakup. I want to preface this. I feel like I get a little
Oh
preface.
dear.
I feel like I get a little bit of grace with this one. Um, I made a gigantic bowl of spaghetti, put ketchup, mayonnaise, and cheddar cheese in it.
Hmm.
Morally, that is probably the worst thing I've ever made because
Well, you say morally. Does that mean that you enjoyed it at the time?
it was delicious and I'd eat it again. But um my brothers were disgusted. My mom was like, "Why are you eating this?" Um I think I've told a few people and they were like, "That's gross. Um you shouldn't be like allowed to cook." Um
I mean, the thing is that it sounds like a lot. There are things that sound nasty superficially, but a lot of it is because of like our preconception of what things are supposed to be. And
mhm.
so, if you were able to divorce yourself from that in order to try it, I wonder if it would be good then.
I mean, it was like people like mayo chup, people like cheddar
Yeah.
cheese, people like spaghetti. It was just that in a bowl together.
When I was a kid, I put mayonnaise on bread,
And you just ate it like that?
and I just ate it like that.
I'm gonna be honest, I could see it.
Yeah, I truthfully, not bad, not bad at all.
People knock on mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is good if you do it right.
Yeah.
I like mayonnaise. I would eat just mayonnaise on bread if I was hungry enough and I didn't feel like cooking. I'd nuts.
Okay.
I
Here's a question for you: what brand of mayonnaise?
the yellow one with the blue cap. I don't remember the name of it, but I know what it
There's
looks like.
it might be either Hellman's or Cane's. Do-
I've
One of
never heard
those,
of that
maybe.
second one, so I think it's Hellman's. Yeah, it's Hellman's.
Cane's is more of a local thing. I don't know if they would sell it around you. I don't know if it's ubiquitous throughout New England. So,
I don't think so.
but
I
yeah,
think it's
Hellman's has a blue
crazy.
cap.
There's New England is really it is just one state,
Hmm.
but it's the way that even local things differ.
Yeah, New England is one state, except that it has multiple parties within it that all hate each other.
Every state has multiple parties. Every New England is one state, but it's also like five, and every state has several factions, and they all hate each other.
I mean, I'm from New Hampshire. We Everyone in New Hampshire hates all of their neighbors. They hate Maine. They hate Mass. They hate that. Ma, we hate Mass so much we have our own name for what we call people from Mass. And
Don't let me guess, massholes.
yeah, there it is.
If I had $1 for every time I tell somebody that, and they're like, "Oh, you're a masshole," it's like, you know what? I don't go into your house and call you names. Okay? People hate Massachusetts for one of two reasons. One, they don't like people from Boston. That's completely fair. Or they don't like the way they drive.
Yep,
Which
drivers.
it's okay to admit that you've never driven with passion before. We
It's
just I have to get to Dunkin' before they close, even
The-
though they just opened an hour ago.
The thing is that it's city driving. The mass holes that I'm used to are probably just people from the city who are used to city driving, and you have to be more aggressive if you're driving in the city, and that's just what translates up to all of the surrounding areas.
Driving in Boston is terrifying,
Ugh.
and I have never driven myself. I am always a passenger, and I'm like, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. That man's gonna get out of his car. We didn't do anything to him.
I think that everyone around who has ever who lives around that general vicinity has a story about like a time they drove in Boston. And mine was the first time I drove in Boston. I was going to, I think it was the Coolidge Theater, and they were having a showing of what is referred to by many people as the worst movie ever made, The Room. They had a showing there, and I got lost on the way there. I was with a guy, and we were just yelling at each other the whole time. And then we got there 10 minutes before the movie would start. We had planned for like an hour and a half advance arrival time, and we wasted the whole time just driving around. And then we got out and got lost for even longer. And everyone's like, oh, you just have to take Starro Drive. And I'm like, Starro Drive goes to like 8 different places. I don't know where Starro Drive goes.
I'm not from here. I don't know where anything is. And they're like, what do you mean? You just take a right and take a left. I'm like, which left? There's like 6 lefts if you go that direction. I love Boston, but I hate Boston.
It has a lot of things. It has a lot of interesting things, but driving it is just a nightmare. Always. Okay. Enough about Boston.
Please.
You find $50 in the street. What do you buy with it?
I'm not even gonna keep thinking. Probably something to eat. Like if I can get food and not spend my own money, I'm gonna do it.
Is there a type of food that you would go for?
Well, if I had $50, I think I would not waste it. I don't eat a lot of fast food anyway. So it's not like I'd walk into the nearest McDonald's and be like, give me half the menu. I think I would probably go to like a sit down place. Or maybe somewhere nicer, since it's $50.
Yeah.
I'm big. I'd probably go to Cold Stone.
I've never actually been to a Cold Stone.
You've never been to Cold Stone?
Nope.
Go look up your nearest Cold Stone and go.
Okay.
It'll change your life.
Okay. What game makes you feel nostalgic?
That would be either any Pokemon game before the Switch, or any Harvest Moon game on the DS.
Nice.
Takes me back to sitting on the couch with my little brother, and we're both playing side by side Pokemon, because we never got the same version except for like the handful of times we did. Or I can just envision myself curled up in my aunt's room, playing my little Harvest Moon game.
Nice.
And she comes in, she's like, "Why are you in here?" I'm like, "I don't know."
What was that phone out in the middle of the forest that we're walking through right now?
Hello? Why did I freeze? Oh, hello? It's the phone of freezing. I mean, what? There's no phone.
There's no phone. Nothing. That's a butterfly. That's a butterfly flying through the forest that we're walking through right now.
The woods has some really interesting sounding geese. You know what?
Those are Canadian geese. Pay them no mind.
Oh, that phone is such a staple of everything in my life. If it rings again, then I'd say cut it out. But I say this first one is funny as hell.
Okay. Uh, if you could wake up with one talent tomorrow, what would it be?
Okay. Follow up question.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what level proficiency would I be in this talent?
Um, I would say to the level that you're comfortable with it, that you like could show it off in front of people. Or how about to a level you to the level that you are confident with it.
So a talent I don't have, and maybe this is cliche, I'm gonna say singing.
Okay.
Um, because it takes me like a month to get, especially if I like stop for a few weeks to get back to where I was, and I already can't sing.
Yeah.
Um, but the lazy option, I'm gonna say crocheting,
Hmm.
just because there's so many things that I want to make, but I mess it up so easily, and I'm like, gotta redo it again.
Oh god, you gotta count everything, and if you miscount, then it's ruined. You have to undo like 2 hours worth of work.
At that point, I just throw it down. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Cold Stone.
I I tried to crochet something once when I was like 8 years old, but when you're 8 years old, you don't have much patience to do anything, and so I made like a little tiny square, and that's all I ever did of it.
It's more than I can do now. I've never made a successful square once. I made a big rectangle though.
Oh, there you go.
Proud of my three what do you call that? 3 chain length, probably 30 chain width rectangle.
It
Oh.
it's a scarf for someone with a very thin neck.
Or like a parrot.
Mm.
I know one person with a parrot. Easy Christmas gift. Easy.
Nice. So, which decade's aesthetic vibes with you the most?
These are some amazing questions.
Thank you.
I would have to say 90s hip hop culture
Hmm.
or 2000s hip hop culture.
Hmm.
Just because they were such a staple in my life, and especially fashion wise, I could definitely go back there and be comfortable. It's a time,
Yeah. So like
and I
the loose baggy clothing in bright colors, that kind of thing.
mm-hmm,
Nice. That'd be pretty cool.
it would be. You
Not
know what?
not that I could pull it off. I am
Hey, who says you can?
Oh no, I would not look good. I'd look ridiculous.
No, don't worry. I'll find you something. We're gonna go to the nearest Cold Stone together, looking like that. Trust me.
Absolutely. Okay. Do you collect anything?
And yes, I did just look around my space. Um, I do
Mm.
a few things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think. I do collect anime figures from here and there.
Mm.
Um, I do have a dedicated set which I will get into in a
Okay.
second, just because it's like the longest with the
Yeah.
most backstory. Um, I was collecting these little Sailor Moon keychains
Nice.
that had their. It was like a blind bag, and I got
Oh yeah.
determined after a while.
So is it like
But
the foil bag and you open it up and it's like one of nine or something?
yep.
Nice.
Um, I'd say little trinkets of things that I'm interested in. I'm still looking around my desk. There's like nothing in particular. Some Hello Kitty stuff.
Hmm.
Um, I have I have two Hatsune Miku figures on my desk,
Nice.
but my biggest thing that I'm currently collecting and still trying to are uh first the Lucky Star Figma collections.
Mm-hmm.
They came out in 2008 and I've wanted them ever since, but I think it was a year, no, 2 years
Hmm.
ago now that I've realized I'm an adult with money. I can buy them now. So that's what I started doing. Um Currently out of the I think there's out of the 8 main cast, or not the 8 main cast, but the 4 main cast with the different outfit variations, I have I think one full set,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I need 3 more of the other to complete it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's a pain because I'm trying to get them in as good condition as possible. I keep them in a relatively good condition as well.
Hmm.
Um, I need to move their case because it's not big enough for all the ones that I want. And the problem is always either there are pieces missing,
Mm-hmm.
which I bought one with pieces missing because I wanted to put a different head on it,
Okay.
or the plastic stands that they have with screws inside, the screws will be rusty.
Hmm.
And obviously I don't have to explain why like a rusty screw would be a problem, but
Yeah.
the biggest problem I have encountered is trying to get the screws out and stripping it with very little effort.
Hmm.
So they're just in there forever. One of them is completely like I won't be able to get it out to replace the screws and put nicer ones in there.
Hmm.
But I'm also looking to collect they have a new line of Sailor Moon, I guess action figure style where all the joints move and you can pose them.
Yep.
Um but also the original Vocaloid ones. So like Miku, Rin, Len, Luca, all
Yep.
of them. That one hasn't been started, but I have one Sailor Moon figure that I got for Christmas last year, and all of my Lucky Star figures, which some of them are from birthdays, some of them are from Christmas.
Nice.
I love them so much.
That's really cool. Uh, so I'm gonna ask again, and if you don't have anything, it's perfectly fine. Uh, what makes you unique as a VTuber, in your opinion?
I forgot about this question.
I just want to try again to see, because sometimes just having like something sit in the back of your mind, your brain like processes it in the background, and then you just come up with something out of nowhere.
Now that I'm a little more out of my shell,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say it's completely unique, but I think it's a little more unique in the space.
Mm-hmm.
It's still trying to keep, a positive, silly but comfortable space.
Nice.
Um, from what I've seen from a lot of VTubers, especially recently,
Yeah.
a lot of those don't exist as much anymore.
Yeah.
Like genuine ones where you're just not worried about anything. No this, no that, no the other. Just we're laughing, and that's all that matters is keeping people entertained and keeping them laughing without um. And if people
Worrying
want to do
about.
this real life, I'm just gonna say it, politics,
uh,
real world, whatever's going on. Like when I'm in a streamer's chat, I don't want to think about that. I want to be
yeah.
laughing, and I try to
Yes.
give that to other people too. Like, don't think about it that for a minute. Watch me fall off a cliff 5 times in 3 seconds.
Yeah. There will
Um,
it. There will always be something to be upset about in the world. It doesn't. You could have everything you ever wanted. There will still be something to be upset about. So give yourself some brain space. You know.
yeah, and another issue I find is like when you feel very strongly about something, especially like your core beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
you tend to want to talk about it.
Hmm.
But something I learned very quickly is once you open that door, um,
Yeah.
and you start either you make a very strong stance on something you believe in, which I don't think there's anything wrong with making a strong stance on something you
No.
believe in, but it's you attract people, you don't know who they are, and you don't know which part they stand for.
It.
So, mhm,
I have found that ultimately it doesn't matter because it's not the belief, but rather the way you go about believing it. And once you run into those people who believe things in a particular way and they zone in on you, you cannot escape.
positive or negative, and now that is what you're all about.
Yeah. And it's unfortunate, but to the thing is that to a certain extent I view it all as its own kind of sports. It's just sports, and you know, not everybody likes every single sport. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, I try to keep it, less about that. If I have to like stand on business and make it clear that this is what I believe in, usually nothing too crazy, but like stand up for myself, I
Yeah.
will. But I try to steer away from that. I'm like, I'm here to play game.
Yes. Uh and
So I was just gonna say, like, to answer the question more simply, a genuine space where you don't have to worry about out there too much.
yeah. And my final question for the interview: what smell reminds you of home?
um, there's two, no, there's three answers
Mm-hmm.
because they're all a different type of like it's all home, but it's a different
Yeah.
kind of thought.
Of course.
One of them is the smell of moss.
Mm.
It reminds me of my childhood a lot. I was outdoors all the time. Um so like the grass, the earth,
Mm.
that makes me think of like, being a little kid and being at home. The second is sauerkraut. Um
Hmm.
because my family is European,
Mm-hmm.
and around specific holidays, usually things like Easter or Christmas, sauerkraut will be cooking.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes me back to when I was a little kid and I'd wake up on Christmas morning and I'm like, that smells so bad. But it's a good type of nostalgia. Like, we're about to have Christmas. Maybe not Christmas dinner, but like, it's the day after, or it's Christmas Day. It was
Hmm.
cooking on Christmas Eve. Um, and the third one, and this is a little more current, is the smell of garlic and onions.
Hmm.
Um, we cook with a lot of garlic and onions. It just makes the food taste better. So
Hmm.
like when I walk into a house, and not like a gross smell, but like, freshly chopped vegetable type of garlic
Yeah.
and onion. That like it makes me like relax. Like I'm at home, I can lay in bed. Like there's good food cooking. Something
Nice.
like that.
That's fantastic. Well, that's all I have for the interview. Thank you so much for coming out. This has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank
Uh,
you for having me.
and if you're in the audience right now watching this, be sure to subscribe to Peachy. I'll be having links of all of the various socials in the description and in the side chat. Uh, and hopefully there'll be a picture of a diorama somewhere in here. And with that, I was your host Jack Jinseki, and joining me today was Peachy. Bye bye, everybody.